Hello, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. I wanted to thank you for joining us today for our MBA program's informational webcast. My name is Nate Holt, and I am the Assistant Director for Admissions here at the Leeds School of Business. I want to just kind of go through and go ahead and get started to be conscious of everybody's time today. So just to give you a brief run through of today's agenda. So we will run through, we do have people viewing from all over the world. So I just wanted to run through life in Colorado and in Boulder. We'll run through student resources, some of our initiatives here at Leeds. Then we'll do a general program overview for both our full-time MBA program and our evening MBA. From there, we'll go through and do an application preparation, run through, give you some advice how to put together the strongest application. And then from there, we'll open it up for questions. Feel free to enter in your questions at any point during today's presentation. If you scroll over the presentation right now, you'll see a toolbar. You'll see a Q&A option in there. Feel free to enter in your questions at any point, and I will get to those at the end of our presentation. And please feel free to stay tuned with us as long as you'd like. We will be sending a follow-up email to connect with each and every one of you, along with answering any additional questions you might have on an individual basis. Just a quick overview of all of our programs. So today's presentation will review our full-time MBA program and our evening MBA program. We also do have our MS programs listed below. Please feel free. We are having a webcast next Monday on November 20th. We'd love to have you join us for that presentation as well if you are also considering one of the MS program options. But for today, we'll be focusing on our full-time MBA and our evening MBA. So to go ahead and get started, we'd like to talk a little bit about Colorado and everything that's going on. So if you just take a look at this list right now, we're being voted by different publications and media outlets. We've been voted as the happiest city in the United States in regards to Boulder. Boulder's been voted the smartest city in America as well. And we're voted in tops for being one of the healthiest cities in America as well. There's a lot going on in terms of big organizations and companies putting their headquarters and putting big offices out here. Google and Amazon are just to name a few. We're number 3 in the country in regards to job growth. The state of Colorado is, and that's voted by Forbes. So you can see that there's a lot going on in Colorado. It's extremely exciting. It's a good time to be here. Boulder's a beautiful place, and it's a beautiful campus. So next, we'd like to kind of go over student resources and some of the things that you'll see outside of the classroom and what your overall experience will be like. I know there's a lot going on this page, but this is an overview of all of the resources you'll have as a student here at Leeds. And you'll see everything from student clubs and our mentoring program, our centers, our institutes, events, a long list of all of your resources you'll have in your 2 years as a student here. So this is just to give you a good overview of everything that you'll have at your fingertips as a student here. So MBA programs are meant to be transformational, and we want to be able to give you the best experience possible. So this is being able to provide you a variety of different clubs and events and opportunities available to you to further develop your career growth and help you reach your goals. Next, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing at Leeds and some of our initiatives. So Dean Sharon Matusik, she's new this summer with us, and she's really come in and brought a lot of energy and some new initiatives. So we're really excited to talk about some of the things that we're currently working on and some of the things that you can expect in your 2 years here at Leeds. Some of those we'd like to update you on our faculty, our new hires, just so you can see the quality of our faculty. We have top tier faculty across the nation. These are our faculty compare to other top MBA programs across the country. So this is just a quick glance of some of our new hires, and you can see where they're coming in from and their education background. So this is something that we can't speak lightly on and can't tell you what this does for your overall experience and the quality of the faculty that you'll have throughout your program. Next initiative is our End the Gap by 2020. This is our initiative to have our class sizes be 50% female, 50% male. This isn't common within MBA programs across the country, and this is part of our initiatives, part of gender equity. So this is just something that we're working on in terms of our future plans and our future goals. Another initiative that we have is collaborating with the College of Engineering that's located right next to us. So some of that collaboration includes a new space that will connect the two buildings and provide new study space, new classrooms, along with joint educational programming and community engagement. So this is just additional opportunities that you'll have in your experience throughout your 2 years. Next, we know that in looking for MBA programs that you have a lot of options in terms of what you want to study and where you want to go to school. So I'd like to talk to you about why Leeds and some of our key differentiators. Just to name a few, so both our full-time and our evening MBA program are cohort structure, meaning that you will be with your class from the start to the finish. And during this, studies have shown that this helps retention rates, this helps graduation rates. You're building lifelong relationships within your experience and within your time here at Leeds. Because you're going through the entire program together, your best assets a lot of times during your program is your classmates and your friends that you develop, and we see a lot go on within these 2 years, and a lot of strong relationships built off of that. And that kind of leads into that overall student experience. We have a 92% graduation rate between the two programs, which is extremely high compared to in comparison to MBA programs and statistics across the country. Small class sizes, so this is combining that with our top tier faculty, really providing you a great overall experience, which helps with graduation rates, it helps with placement rates, because you're getting that individual one-on-one treatment and experience throughout your entire program. There's a lot of strong relationships built, and that's one of my favorite parts about the MBA programs and about our graduate programs at Leeds, is the focus and the dedication that our faculty and our staff have to the student experience, and really dedicated to giving the students the best education and the best experience that they possibly can. Some other resources that we have are professional mentorship programs. So we have a group of 500 plus individuals that include industry professionals around the area, community professionals, alumni, that we connect with our students to be able to provide a mentoring program and be able to connect with them in terms of career goals and advice as they go through not only their MBA program, but as they prepare for their next step in their career. Next, we'd like to talk about our placement rates, and we'll go in more depth about this in a few slides, but we do have a 90% placement rate within our MBA program, and that's within 3 months of graduation. That's kind of the standard statistics that higher education puts on their placement rates. Lastly, we want to talk about our strong alumni network, 42,000 strong. We have alumni all over the world, and this really just shows the recognition that you'll get from an MBA and a graduate level degree from Leeds and from CU Boulder. So I'd like to go and do a quick overview of our full-time MBA program, and then after this we'll do our evening MBA. So just a quick run through on some stats. So the full-time MBA starts August of each year, so August 2018 will be our next start. Again, it will be a cohort structure, so you'll be going through the entire program with your incoming class. That would be the class of 2020. The full-time MBA program has a 97% graduation rate. That is broken into 55 credit hours over 2 years. That's broken up into 10 core classes and 10 electives. And right now we are ranked 71st in the United States within our full-time MBA program. Within that curriculum, the 10 core classes and the 10 electives, you're able to really structure and customize your own experience and provide to help you reach your goals and help you achieve what you're wanting. And within those electives, you're able to focus on your interests, whether that be marketing or business analytics, real estate, sustainability, as well as supply chain management. So there's a lot that you can focus in on there. There's also the ability to take some classes outside of the business school to expand on your experience, depending on what your goals are. And the purpose of that is, again, going into that dedication to providing you the best overall experience that we can. A little more into our full-time MBA program. So professional development, you'll have career advising, you'll have a required professional development class, again, the mentoring program. So it is a fully immersive program. It's designed to be transformational in a sense. We constantly see students come in with certain goals and leave with a new set of goals based on their experience and the knowledge that they've gained throughout their 2 years. It's a pleasure to see what students are able to accomplish in those 2 years. And these are just a few of the resources that kind of help that transformation take place. Again, clubs, events, a lot of opportunities for you to get involved outside of the classroom, as well as summer internship opportunities as well. Talk to you a little bit about our placement rates and our statistics. So this is just a graphic here to show you some of the companies that are hiring from our graduate programs here at Leeds. The statistics on your right will show you based on the amount of work experience coming in and the overall average salary for all of our MBA graduates as well. I'd like to go over at this point with our tuition structure. So this is broken down by in-state tuition, out-of-state, and international. You can see the breakdown there, and if you have any questions about the tuition costs and what you may qualify for, again, I'll be sending a follow-up email. I'll be providing all of my contact information. I'll be your resource. I want to be able to connect with each and every one of you individually to make sure that we're helping you make the best decision so that you're confident in making the best decision in graduate school. We understand that graduate school is a big decision in terms financially and in terms of your career as well. So we want to make sure that we're here for you every step of the way to make sure that you're making the best decision possible. Next, I'd like to go over the evening MBA program. We do offer our evening MBA program in 2 locations, both in Boulder and upcoming start date will be May 2018. This is a total of 43 credit hours broken upon 2 years. And again, this is 8 core classes and 8 electives. Typically how this is structured is you will have 2 classes a night per week, and that's typically 6:30 to 9:15. That can fluctuate a little bit. Sometimes it'll run between 9 to 9:45 depending on the class. And again, that is offered both in Boulder and in South Denver. It's the same exact faculty, it's the same quality program, so you're not sacrificing anything between the two. We do want to emphasize that it is the same program. The evening MBA is structured for a full-time working professional. So this is structured for somebody that has a career and is looking to either transfer into a new industry or looking to make a change or looking to simply grow professionally where they're at and take the next step. A few more stats on our evening MBA program. So 90% graduation rate. Compared to other part-time and evening MBA programs, that is an extremely strong graduation rate. And again, this just speaks to the quality of your advisors and your student services staff that you'll have, along with your faculty. And it goes into that personalized treatment that you'll get throughout your entire experience here at Leeds. Again, we want to emphasize that our evening MBA programs have access to all the same services, so our career advising, mentorship programs, clubs, events, that you aren't sacrificing anything by being an evening MBA student. The core or the tuition structure is a little different for our evening MBA students since they are all working professionally in Colorado. It is one set cost, so it's $49,800. And that does include tuition, fees, books, meals, and parking. So that is all inclusive for those 2 years. Again, I'd like to take a quick break here. If you haven't asked your questions yet, at the end we will have a live Q&A session. So if you scroll over either at the top of your screen or at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a toolbar, and you can click on that Q&A tab. And ask your question, and we'll be sure to get to those at the end. So again, feel free to ask those questions, and we'll get to those. If you have questions that are on an individual basis pertaining to your personal situation, happy to answer those after the presentation today and schedule a call with you. At this point, I want to walk you through the application process. I know a lot of you are probably at different points in this process. Maybe you have started an application or are about to complete it. And maybe you have completed the application or you haven't started at all. So I'd like to kind of start from the beginning here and walk you through the entire process. So this is just a quick checklist of our requirements. That first step is just starting an online application, starting a profile on our website. It's leeds.apply.colorado.edu. This will allow you to go in and out and give you a checklist to start work on your entire application and working through that checklist. Typically, what I suggest for that first goal is start preparing for the GMAT or the GRE. We do accept both. If you're debating on which one to take, I'm happy to talk with you what might be your best option in terms of your goals and what you're looking for. What I would suggest is look at upcoming dates that those tests are offered, get that scheduled and start studying for that. And in the meantime, you can start working through the rest of the application process. There's 2 letters of recommendation, so you'll be able to enter your recommenders in the online application. Once you enter them, they will receive an email notification notifying them that you've requested a recommendation letter from them, and they'll be prompted to their next steps in submitting that letter. There are 3 essay questions within the application process, just getting to know you better and what your goals are and what you're hoping to achieve post-graduation. One thing thing I'd like for everyone to keep in mind when they're putting together an application is essentially we're asking two questions. Are you a good fit for the program, and is the program a good fit for you? We want to make sure that you'll be providing value to your classmates, and that the program is designed for you and will help you achieve your goals. So keep that in mind as you're putting together your entire application. Other requirements that we'll look for, we will need your undergraduate transcripts, professional resume. After you have submitted all of those requirements, an interview may be requested, and that can be conducted either in person, over the phone, or through Skype, depending on if you're out of state or international. We can schedule that in multiple different formats. Again, for international applicants, we may require the TOEFL or the IELTS. If you have any questions about the application process or your requirements individually, feel free to reach out to me. So I'd like to go over a few tips and what you can do to put together the strongest application possible. So what do we look for? In terms of your qualifications, we'll look at academic strength and quantitative skills. So we'll look at your GPA, we'll look at your undergraduate transcripts and take a look at your coursework and the rigor of that coursework. We'll also look at your GMAT, your GRE scores. MBA programs are quantitative by nature, so we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success and we're able to help you throughout the entire process and throughout the admissions process, being able to talk with you about what we're seeing in your application and help you in your preparation so that you are successful walking into class that first day. We'll also look at your professional experience. What I suggest is really emphasize on everything you've accomplished in your career, showcase your leadership abilities, and showcase things that you've accomplished in your career. Within that interview process, these are a few questions that you can expect. Just kind of asking you to review your experience and do an introduction of yourself and talk to us about your goals and what you're looking for and why you would be a good addition to the class. So now I'd like to go over quickly with our application deadline. So this is for our full-time MBA program. First round is passed, so that second round is coming up on December 1st. And then third round and fourth round is February 1st and April 1st, respectively. What I always suggest, we do run on a rolling admission basis. So what this means is we process applications as they're completed, and we begin that evaluation process as soon as they're completed. What I suggest is completing that application as soon as possible to give you the best opportunity for both admission and scholarship opportunity. We do have merit-based scholarships for both our full-time MBA program and our evening MBA program. So we do have a certain amount of scholarships available. So we suggest completing that application and getting that in as soon as possible to give you the best opportunity for scholarships. For the evening MBA program, the deadlines are very similar, except that last deadline is March 1st rather than April 1st, just due to the sooner start date being in May rather than August for the full-time program. At this point, we'd just like to really encourage you to connect with us and use us as a resource. We're happy to schedule a call with you, host you for a visit on campus, connect you with a faculty member or a student, have you sit in on class, like I said. Follow our Leeds MBA blog. We have a current full-time MBA student that writes a blog. She does a great job of really providing some good insights into what the MBA student experience is like and some of the things you can look for. and she runs everything, does topics, everything from what her week looks like to how to study for finals, to life in Colorado, and really does a great job overall of helping students learn more about what their experience will be like from a student's perspective. At this point, I'd like to open it up for questions. We do have a number of questions here, so I want to open that up and get started on those. Again, please feel free to put your questions in that Q&A portion on that tab above. We will be sending this recording to all of our viewers, so you'll be able to watch this and review it again. And also, I'd like to encourage all of you to reach out to me individually to have your questions answered, and I'd like to talk with you and help you in any way that I can. So for that first question, I graduated from the University of Tampa in 2005. Do I still need to take the GMAT or the GRE? Yes, we do require the GMAT or the GRE for our MBA programs. We currently don't offer any waivers for that. The reason for that is that does provide us a good evaluation of your qualifications for both your quantitative and your verbal skills. The other reason that I would really suggest doing the best you can on the GMAT and GRE is we do take that into account in regards to scholarships. You can take the test more than once, and we will just consider your highest score. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions in regards to your personal situation. But yes, we do require the GMAT or the GRE. What represents a small class size, and how does that class size compare to competitive universities? That's a really good question. So to answer that, last year our full-time MBA class size was 94, and your evening MBA class size was about 75. So in comparison, I mean, you can see MBA programs go up to size 500 plus. This provides students the opportunity to really build a relationship with their entire class throughout that program. Your class sizes will be small, especially when you get into those elective options. And what this does for you is it helps you and gives you the opportunity to connect with faculty and staff, where you're really getting a lot of personalized treatment and connection. A lot of faculty, the best learning is done on their open office hours and helping and spending one-on-one time with the students. And that's something that isn't always seen in MBA programs. So to give you a little more perspective of what we mean by those small class sizes. Just running through the questions here. Give me a second. So what are the requirements needed to make one eligible for a graduate assistantship? So those opportunities will be made aware for you at the start of the program. They do vary and change depending on faculty's needs, and there are also opportunities within the graduate office here. So there are a number of opportunities that we open up for applications, and we look at overall availability, and that process would look similar to applying for a job. So there are a number of opportunities to work here on campus, and we see a number of our students take advantage of that. What's the average age of your students for the full-time MBA program and for the evening program? So for the full-time MBA program, the average age is around 27, 28 years old, and that's going to range students are required to have a minimum of 2 years of professional experience, so that if that helps you gain some insight into what your classmates' professional experience would be like. For our evening MBA program, the average age is typically around 30, coming in with 5 to 10 years of professional experience. Typically, they are full-time working professionals, as I've said before. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind. So you've got time for a few more questions here. What kind of international learning opportunities are available to students? So again, this kind of goes into additional resources, that slide. So there's an immense amount of opportunities that you'll see for students, and this kind of varies by center and varies by focus of, and essentially by year. So I'd be happy to answer that question for you on an individual basis of in terms of what you're looking for, and because there are, depending on the year, there are a few availabilities for international learning opportunities. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about what you're looking for. Looks like we have one more question here. And it says, do you have a link for the MBA blog? That's a really good question, so thank you. I'll be sure to put that in my follow-up email to you guys, so you can take a look at that. And again, it looks like I'll go ahead and close that out now. Close the Q&A session here, just to be conscious of everybody's time. Again, we want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. I will be following up with each of you, and I'd like to encourage you to schedule a time to talk with us. If you do have any questions, please look at us as a resource as you are looking at your graduate school options. We're happy to help you in any way that I can and that we can. Again, my name's Nate, and my colleagues Andrea and Helen are also happy to help you in any way that they can. So thank you, and please stay in touch, and we look forward to talking to you soon.